What's going on, guys? Dots Gaming here, and for the first time in over 2.5 years, I am bringing you all a World of Warcraft guide. Today, we will be covering what add-ons I am running on my account at the moment. I do get asked about my add-ons a lot, whether it's me playing WoW, ESO. I get asked about my add-ons a lot. I try to run very minimalistic UIs that are still full of information, so I can get all the information I need out of as few amount of add-ons as possible. And I've already been getting a lot of questions about my add-ons for my account on my stream already, so I figured let's make a guide for it. So getting into our add-on list, the first add-on we have is Announce Interrupts, which does exactly what it sounds like. It announces when I interrupt something. It's just a way for me to announce to chat whether or not I interrupted something, so that if I'm in a pug or whatever, they can see that I kicked a spell. But it's also really good for like Arena, so I can see, you know, if I was like faked or not. So like if I go to kick somebody and I see in the chat it says kicked blah 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 blah, I know that okay, that was a successful kick and I wasn't just fake casted on it. So that is why I do run Announce Interrupts. And the way I have it set up is I literally just left it as basically default, but I did change the default channel to instance. We also do have Auctionator. Auctionator is the add-on that I use for my auction house. It's a very straightforward add-on. Just displays, you know, prices for things on top on the item itself, so you can see auction. It says unknown. I have not done a scan yet on my computer. I have only done the scan so far on my laptop. But the cool thing about Auctionator is that when you hover over an item, it'll show you like what the auction price is, but when you go to sell the item, it actually will rescan the auction house for that specific item to make sure that you're listing it for the current market price instead of like your old database price. The database prices are pretty much just for the tooltips, but the actual auction price will be scanned whenever you go to sell an item. So the way I have this set up is that I just have my default auction duration tab at 24 hours. In World of Warcraft, I've realized that if an item doesn't sell in 24 hours, it's probably not going to sell, so you're better off just relisting it. And then basically I left everything else the same. I did have my default thing to show the per item price, so that if you hold boom like this, so when shift is down, show per item price, so that means at a default it will show the stack price. And then I basically left everything else the same. I did change the minimum quality level to common. I don't care about poor items. Keep the database for 7 items, and that's really all I've changed. So besides Auctionator, we do run Bagnon. Bagnon basically just puts all your bags into one window. Cannot physically play without this add-on. It's just way too useful. So no configuration needed. Just install the add-on and it'll do its thing. We also have BigDebuffs. I've not done any changes to this add-on, but I can just show you guys what it does. It basically puts on your unit frame. It just puts big cooldowns, whether or not they be offensive or defensive, or CC. So, for example, if I'm fighting, let's say I'm fighting, a rogue, and that rogue uses Feint. Feint will appear on the unit frame and show that the target is taking 30% reduced damage for 5 seconds because I have the elusiveness talent. So if I was to, pop something like, like if I was to CC somebody, right? If I was to CC this guy right here with my kidney shot, it would show kidney shot here on his unit frame, and it will also show a countdown timer showing how much longer is left on the kidney shot. So I find it very, very helpful for Arena just to see, when big cooldowns, offensive or defensive or CC-wise, are on my target. Really, really like it. Very quality add-on. We also have BlockChinese. So one of the things I noticed very quickly when I got back to WoW was that the number of Chinese gold sellers in chat has like gone up astronomically, and BlockChinese basically just prevents all that from appearing. So install the add-on and enjoy actually having your trade chat back. We also have Easy Frames. Easy Frame is what makes my unit frames look this way. I love these unit frames. There was an old add-on that did this, and I was super disappointed when I came back to WoW and saw that the add-on didn't exist anymore. But then I found Easy Frames and was like, thank God, it's still here, just under a different name. So it just makes your unit frames look like this. I just love this type of configuration where it shows the class color or, on here, and then this whole thing is the health bar. I don't know. To me, I just find that it looks really, really clean, and it's by far my favorite unit frame add-on. We also have KUI nameplates. KUI is what I use for my nameplates. I don't have any. Here we go. We have some like targets right here. So KUI is what I use for my nameplates. These are some minor ads, so they're just coming up as like the little health bars, not the big ones. But if I was to go like against like a regular ad, I actually think there might be some over here. Oh no, this is I'm on the wrong floor. I'll just stay down here. I don't want to go up. But this is basically what the unit frames look like. So what I like about them, the main thing as a rogue, is that it shows my combo points on the unit frame itself. It also does, as you can see, track buffs, track debuffs. So when I place a debuff on something, it does show the auras above them. But if they do get CC'd, so for example, if, you know, if I'm fighting this Saurid here and it gets CC'd, if the CC's not mine, the CC will come up highlighted in green. So for example, when I play with my Druid friend, if he clones something, the CC will come up in green so I can say, okay, this guy is CC'd. I cannot be damaging him right now. But I love KUI nameplates. I've tried the default nameplates, and I used flyplate buffs off of somebody else's recommendation. Did not personally like it. I really enjoy the KUI nameplates, like I said, specifically for the way that it handles combo points as a rogue. And I have done quite a bit of customization with this, I think. So the main thing that I changed was like the fade rules. My non-target alpha is at 0.5, conditional alpha is 0.3, animation speeds at 0.3. I have... This I don't think I changed. This is what I kept it the same. Health bar wise, I did disable the execute range. This setup doesn't have an execute, so I don't, you know, I'm just gonna like look at their health bar. You know, I don't need to specifically enable this to see when they're in execute range. Everything else I pretty much just left the same. Cast bars I did not change, I don't believe, but you can see if you want to pause this real quick, you can see what my settings are. For the text, normal font size 11, small font size is 10. We use Roboto condensed bold and font style outline. You can just pause here to see the rest of my configuration. Name only, I have everything checked here except neutral enemies, hostile players, and attackable. This is name mode only. I'm not really sure what that is. I don't think I changed this. Frame size, I did change. I made my frame width 132, frame height 15, minus frame width 80, minus frame height 12. Power bar height 3, frame glow size at 8, global scale 1. Auras, I do not believe I changed at all. And then we have threat I didn't change, class powers I didn't change, and nothing else I changed. So that is my KUI nameplate setup. I don't know, I really like the nameplates. I used to be a huge fan of tidy plates. Was super sad when I came back to the game and saw that they were no longer a thing. And I'm still not really a huge fan of the default Blizzard plates and using fly plate buffs. So I do use KUI. If you do not like KUI, I would recommend using the default Blizzard flames and fly plate buffs. I know some people who do prefer that, but this is just how I like to have my what's it called, nameplate setup. We also use Postal. Postal is simply used to open your mail very quickly. So here, if we go over to my mailbox over here, it just allows you to receive mail faster. So when you go into the mailbox here, right, you see I sold something for 41 silver. If I just click open all, it'll automatically open the mail, put the stuff into my inventory, and then delete the mail. So very, very helpful for just opening your mail really, really quickly after selling a bunch of items. We also have sArena. sArena is what I use for my arena add-on. So you can see this is what this is what it looks like over here. I personally really like sArena over Gladius. I used to use Gladius, but recently I swapped to sArena and I've been really, really liking it. My horizontal positioning is 336.5 by 13.5. I just dragged it over here. Spacing 20, growth direction down, scale 170%. Spec icons 47, -12, scale 100%. Trinkets and cast bars, diminishing returns. I don't think I changed any of that. Global settings, status text, always show. Class colors, show names. All diminishing returns. And then that's basically how I have it set it up. But yes, I use sArena over Gladius for my arena add-on. I really, really like it. It's very simplistic, very lightweight. So huge fan of it. I know immediately some people are going to be triggered because people were triggered on my stream, but I use Skada. I use Skada over details. I love Skada. I used Skada back when I played during Legion and obviously prior to that. And when I came back to the game, I reinstalled it. And then when I started on stream, everyone was like, oh my god, you're not using details. How can you not use details? It's the best and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Skada, I really like it. One of the things that I love about it is the fact that it is incredibly lightweight. It's an incredibly lightweight add-on. And I just like the way it looks. I like the way it handles data. And I don't know. It's just my personal preferred DPS meter of choice. So if you don't like Skada, feel free to use details. I'm a huge fan of Skada. I used it even back when Recount was super popular. I just always have found Skada to be my favorite DPS meter add-on, so I definitely recommend it personally. In terms of setups for Skada, let me see. I don't think I changed all too much. Bar font size 13, spacing 0, height 18. I use the Accidental Presidency font, Banto bar texture, left to right bar orientation, and I show spell school colors, class icons, class color bars. This is how I have my title bar set up if you want to pause and take a look at all of these settings. We also have, I don't think I changed the window or the mode switching at all. Don't think I changed any of this. The only thing I think I changed was, like when we do data resets. So I reset on entering an instance, reset on joining your group, ask, reset on leaving your group, no. So that, everything else I don't think I changed at all. I just left as is. It's I don't know, it's a very lightweight add-on, and I really, really like it. Huge fan of it. And then finally, the granddaddy macro of them all that literally, or add-on of them all that everybody that plays World of Warcraft should have is Deadly Boss mods. Deadly Boss mods, for those of you who may play ESO and are coming to WoW, DBM is basically raid notifier for World of Warcraft. And I would argue that it's even more crucial. It's just, it's so good. I didn't do any configuring to it, but basically what DBM does is it tells you when certain things inside of a Mythic Plus dungeon or inside of a raid are happening. So it gives you cool, durations of cooldown so that your boss has, notifies you when you're standing and stuff, notifies you when certain things are happening, gives you tons of heads up display on your dungeon or raid encounter. It is just incredibly good for running PvE content at endgame in this game. And because they've made the content hard enough now, because everybody does use raid notifier, so it's really, or excuse me, wrong game, Deadly Boss mods. So I definitely recommend getting it. It's incredibly crucial and incredibly important to be, being able to do Mythic Pluses and raids at your peak performance. So definitely pick up that add-on. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's the add-ons that I run. The rest of my interface, I can quickly go over the rest of these things here. I do have auto loot turned on. Interact on left click, I turned off. Combat, I show target to target. Loss of control effects. Auto self-cast is control. Outline mode is quest objectives and mouse over the default. Social, I just have spam turned on and show online, offline friends, real ID battle tag friend requests. I turned off the toasts. Action bar, I show the bottom left, bottom right, right bar, lock action bar, always show action bar, show numbers for cooldowns. Names, I show friendly players, minions, enemy players, minions, always show nameplates, and then KUI takes care of most of that. And then I do use raid profiles all the time. I prefer it over the default party frame, so I use raid style party frames, and I do display incoming heals, display power bars, class colors, pets, show debuffs, only dispellable debuffs, health percentage, and then I bring this out to the E and this out to the I. But that's my user interface, everybody. That is what I'm currently running in WoW for my add-ons and how I have my UI set up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you found this guide helpful, I'd appreciate it if you left a sub, as well as hit the bell to make sure to keep notifications on. Once I start getting into Arena, you will start seeing the Zero to Hero series here on the YouTube channel, so it's going to be detailing my journey in 3v3 Arena coming back to WoW. And eventually, once I'm at a respectable Arena rating, you will start to see guides for this rogue here for PvP. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for stopping by. Again, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. I appreciate you stopping by. As always, I'm Dots Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video.